What's up, everyone? It's Ricky Lopez, and today I'm gonna talk to you guys about how I got this bad boy right over here. Yay! So let's get right to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and talk about how I got into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the first place. So for those of you who do not know, I found out what this sport was back when I was like 13 years old. It was the 2012 World's Finals. I think it was, I don't know what it was called, the actual match, but it was an IBJJF match. And it was up against Marcus Amelia Buchecha, hardcore by the way, and Rodolfo Vieira. And I saw those two guys going at it. I was just going through YouTube and this match came out of nowhere. I'll talk more in depth about the match that really changed my whole life in a way. But pretty much, I found out what that sport was, ever since then. And so ever since I was 13, I wanted to do the sport. And like I said, I wanted to do the sport. That's what I wanted it for. Like, I wanted to do jiu-jitsu for the sport aspect. So I was like, I want to compete. I want to compete. I want to compete. So that's how that's what drove me to want to do it, is to compete. Because if you saw that match, and you saw how happy Buchecha was when he won. Like, that was like an emotion that was so, like, you can't buy that type of emotion. You have to freaking like work for that emotion and that type of feeling. And I wanted that feeling. So pretty much I went ahead and, worked my butt off so that I could actually afford classes and afford to train like every single day. And so now we're here. So I started I started back, a year and a half ago. So where I live at, there's like a gym like 15 minutes away. Literally, it's not even like, it's like maybe 10 minutes away if you drive fast. So there's a gym that's very close by. And so I was like, all right, I want to compete. I want to go ahead and get that feeling that Buchecha had back in 2012. So sign me up. And so I did. And it was probably, I wouldn't say it was the worst year and a half of my life. It wasn't like the worst 18 months of my life. It was more like, it was okay. I'll be honest with you, I got nothing out of it other than just the basic. And when I mean the basic, I mean the basic of the basics and understandings of jiu-jitsu. Okay? It was, like my instructor would say it now. He was like, when you walked into this gym, your jujitsu was garbage. And I was like, yeah, man, it was garbage compared to how I am now. So it's like, I was pretty much like, I didn't get nothing out of it. And it was sad because, a year and a half passed by and I wanted to compete. However, I don't want to get too much into this, but there were some legal drama issues to why none of us could have competed. And to make matters worse, they went ahead and was like, Ricky, you're ready for your blue belt. And I'm like, I'll say what now? Because I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to compete. I did not want to get a blue belt and not have any competitions or any medals, without having any medals under my belt or under my neck. But anyway, so it's like, I was like, no go, like, no. So, like a punk, I just lied and said that I, wanted to quit or whatever. But I didn't have the guts to tell them that I wanted to quit because you guys were going to promote me too soon. So I pretty much, went my way and I was like, well, darn, like, what am I going to do now? Like, I got to find another gym. I still want to compete, but not at that gym because that gym, I just don't, like, I didn't learn anything from that gym. So I was like hunting down gyms that were like 40 minutes away, 30 minutes away, and I found one that was like very close by, and they literally just opened like a month ago. And so I pretty much went in and I was like, this is a small gym. It's very small. It's like half the size at the gym that I used to go with. I used to go at. And I was like, you know what? Let me take a chance on this guy. This guy is like a small business owner. I want to support, small businesses. I don't want to be in one of those giant Alliance, Gracie Barra, BS big gyms, because to be honest with you, one thing that I realized about those big gyms is that they tend to become more business aspect. And whenever you don't learn anything, these big gyms like to call it as, they just like to cover it up and say that, oh, it's just a white belt thing, you're not understanding none of this because you're a white belt. Just keep coming to class and you'll soon eventually learn all this stuff. And I was like, BS. Because I would literally train every day, except for Sundays, for literally a year and a half. And my jiu-jitsu was, like my instructor would say, garbage. And I would say it was garbage compared to what I do now. So it's like, I took a chance on this small gym. There was literally like a bigger gym, like maybe 20 minutes away or maybe 10 minutes away. But I wanted to do this gym because, like I said, I wanted to support small businesses. I wanted to see what, see what this guy, see what he's made out of. See what this gym what he has to offer. And so, it was a ride. Look, I am literally, for a long time, I was literally the smallest guy in the gym. And I think I was like one of the two for a long time, one of the few young people. So it was bad enough that I was short, that I was the smallest guy, but it was also like bad enough that I was getting tossed around by these older men. Talk about old men strength. But anyway, so I was like, I was like at the bottom. Yeah, it was terrible, yo. Like, I kept being told over and over and over to be more aggressive. And so, I tried to be more aggressive. I really did. But then I saw no results. And that's when I realized I want to compete. Like, so I just, so let's fast. So, all right, okay. So I went to the gym, and it wasn't until like June, 6 months later, after I, started this new gym, I was like, I want to step it up, okay? I'm not getting better. I literally left the gym so that I could come here and get better. I have to do what I gotta do, and I wanted to do privates. So I was like, I hit up my instructor. I was like, man, I want to do privates. Like, I want to compete. I want to go out there and win. I want gold. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, because let's be honest, like, I would come to class every day, but I was still struggling to be aggressive. Granted, I knew the moves though. I will say this. At my old gym, even though I would come every day, even though I wasn't aggressive, not only was I not aggressive at my other gym, but I was like lacking knowledge at that gym. Like, I knew what a mount and I knew what a side control was, but I did not know how to mount escape. I did not know how to do any sweeps. I just knew how to defend. That's it. I was pretty much like the defensive person. So it was trash. And right here, and so at this gym, like I said, 6 months in, I actually knew technique. Like, I actually knew how to do a sweep. I actually knew how to escape. So it was like, okay, so I got all this knowledge, but now I need to step it up and be in this aggressive mode so that I can compete. So I was like, all right, it's June now. There's a competition in October, 4 days before my birthday. And I'm like, all right, it's going to be like this is going to be my new life goal right now, to try to get into do a competition before my birthday. I want to win, but let's see how it goes. So fast forward to June came, so I started my privates in July, August, September. October came, so I was literally like doing privates for 4 months, and boy did I see the results. Like, you can't see this right now, but like, I got abs. My triceps are hardcore. You can't really tell because it's a very baggy shirt. But if I was to like strip down, everybody's gonna go like, whoa! But yeah, so I saw some instant results because, the privates, we didn't do jiu-jitsu for the privates. We did lifting, we did cardio. And then, because because there was no point to do jiu-jitsu. Like, there wasn't a point because I was literally going to class every day. So I had to do cardio, I had to do lifting. And I trusted my instructor. This was the first time in my life, I think this was the first time in my life where I was literally like, I don't know, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but you seem to know what you're doing, so you're like my coach, my instructor, so I'm gonna let you take the wheel, and I'm gonna just do what you tell me to do. And it paid off. so, so yeah, October came, and after my first competition, I didn't get the results that I wanted, aka I lost. But after that one, that's when I stepped it up real good, and I ended up winning double gold. 2 weeks later, I ended up winning silver, like a month later, and then I ended up getting a bronze, and then I ended up getting double gold again, and I ended up getting another gold, and I ended up getting a silver. It should have been a gold, but I can't complain. So yeah, I ended up winning all these medals, and I'm like, yes! I was like, mission accomplished. Like I'm competing. Granted, I still want to. I was like, okay, I still want to do like more competitions. Theoretically, I wanted to get like 12 medals, as a white belt, but I only got 8, so I guess it's okay. But anyway, so I was like, so my instructor was like, "You're ready for a blue belt," and I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "All right, I'm ready for a blue belt. I feel like I'm ready for a blue belt too." But I was like, "I want to do the worlds. Can I do the worlds?" And then my instructor was like, you don't need to do the worlds as a white belt. Like he was like, "You're capable enough to do it as a blue belt." And I was like, okay, sure, why not? And then 2 days later, like I said, I ended up getting this bad boy. So it's like hardcore, because like literally, like I was one of those people that had this belt back ordered like back in like October, like, and I wasn't able to, like, I didn't get promoted till like March because of all these competitions that I was doing. So he wanted me to compete, which was incredible, because we literally would like talk it out, and we were like, you know, he was like he wanted to promote me as a blue belt like way back in October, but because he allowed me to compete, because he knew I wanted to compete, he allowed me to do that, and it was pretty hardcore. It was really hardcore. He also said, he was like, he knew that my jiu-jitsu was good, but it wasn't like extremely good to the point where I'm like sandbagging. So I had like a pretty good balance. So yeah, man, it was hardcore. So when I got my blue belt, like I was literally like, I ain't gonna lie, I was like a little disappointed because it came out of nowhere. I don't like being surprised like that. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I do like being surprised, but it was like I was promoted on a Tuesday, and on that day I forgot so I had my blue gi on, right? Theoretically I wanted to wear my black gi. Like I want to wear more of my black gis. So I couldn't wear my black gi because it was wet and it was raining, so I couldn't dry. So I had to wear my blue gi. And to make matters worse, I forgot my pants. So I had to borrow my pants from my instructor, and so I looked like a freaking clown. I was like blue gi top with white pants, and I was like, oh, like why? So and then it was crazy. And then so we did our normal techniques and stuff, and then we started rolling, and then I don't know, and so I was rolling with this blue belt, one of my favorite training people I like to roll with, and so I ended up getting him in a loop choke, and then once I got him in the loop choke, he was like, "Time," and I was like, "Oh snap! I got a submission right before the timer went off," and then out of nowhere he started clapping, and I was like, and everybody was around, and I was like, "Oh snap!" I was like, and then he pulled out a blue belt, and I was like, honestly, I was only disappointed because of my pants. My pants was the only thing that made me disappointed. I was like, no, like you can't do this to me. Like, couldn't you wait till Wednesday? I mean, my pants were white. I wanted it was just, I just did not. I'm a very fashionable person, so I was like, ugh. But either way, he got up and he was like, yada yada yada. Ricardo's been working so hard, yada 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 yada. You know, boosting up my ego every second. He was talking about me. Like I literally got like a big head after that little speech he gave about me. And then I got that blue belt, and it was just incredible. And then everybody started coming at me, and I was like, let's get it on. You guys want to come at me? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's how I was feeling, because like a lot of people tend to think that if they are coming, like people are like, you got a target on your back. I like that because I want to be pushed, because I'd rather be pushed and submitted and choked out and passed out in the gym than in a competition. Okay, like I want to get all this crap out of like all you guys that want to come and choke me and, you know, come at me. Like, come at me, bro, come at me, because, you know, I want to be ready when the time comes to actually compete. So I was like, they were like, you got a target on your back, and I'm like, all right, let's get it on. And I was like, nah, man, you guys all got target. You guys are all like my targets, because I'm coming for every single one of you guys. So, you know, it's all in good fun. Well, not good fun, but it's all in good nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no ego. So yeah. So I was super excited, man. Like, I got my blue belt, and it took a lot of hard work. Like, I'm talking about like 6 a.m. classes. I'm talking about training 4 to 3 times a day, that type of deal. And for the record, I personally, like, you know, once I got my blue belt, like a lot of people are like, people start to doubt you start to be doubtful and start to overthink. And I'm like, nah, man, I got a blue belt, which means I gotta step it up. Like, I'm ready. Like, let's go. Like, I need to show. I need to, you know, go out of these competitions, and I need to rip these other blue belts apart. Like, I'm ready. Like, that's the mindset that I had once I got my blue belt. So it's like playtime is over. Like, you got all these medals as a white belt, but let's see how many you can get as a blue belt. So that was like my new mentality. Well, basically that is my new mentality right now. It's like, I got 8 medals, see if I can get more than 8 medals, and see if I can get more gold, and see if I can ditch the bronze and the silver, because that's what I want. I want gold. I want gold, baby. Call me King Tut. Anyway, so that's how I got my blue belt. It's very incredible. I can't wait to get a purple belt. But like I said, I want to compete more. I want to do even more competitions as a blue belt, because now, like, I'm competition ready. I'm confident to say I'm competition ready. Like, I don't get nervous whatsoever. So it's like, come at me, bro. Like, I'm ready. So hopefully once this whole thing is over, you know, I'll get back to competing. Life will resume. So yeah, man, that's how I got my blue belt. So follow me on Instagram, you know, up in this joint, Snapchat. So yeah, later. Yeah, if you got any questions, like I said, yeah, drop them down below. That's it. Yeah, subscribe. Later.